Okay, so we have a bunch of loitering friends. Such a strong word for what they are. I meant to slaughter that buck. We're slowly rebuilding the walls. Wait, why? How did that? There's a weird holiday there in the. All right. Clear as mud. About anima tree linking. Yeah, we're all out of naturally. Oh, thanks for the help, everybody. Be safe. Sam the sniper has an artery blockage and a bad back. And is a careful shooter, which probably means it takes them like months of uninterrupted concentration to simply shoot once. We're slaughtering geese, though. Like it's our job. And rather miraculously, that is our wall back up and operational. I'm noticing there's a weird roof thing going on. I don't think that will prove important in any way, shape, or form, but you never know. I'm also trying to decide what pattern I want to do with this, since I think I should redo this in plasteel. So I could do kind of like an every other thing, because the less we have of these, the better. Because it opens up sight lines, so when we're hunting the hives especially, it sorts them out rather quickly. Tony is doing a little bit of spring cleaning of our killing chamber. So that was an enemy raid. Maybe I'm gonna send the bears up here, I think, first. To finish this corner. And then this we can delete. And I'm going to flag you for hunting, because it would be cool if pawns automatically use their psychic abilities. Because then I wouldn't have to draft white to get those used. But all right, bears are going to clean this up. The ancient war spider remains. Something so satisfying about watching our bears descend. Well, there's a lot of stuff up here. Why are these fungal torches not getting dealt with? Bison wool. Ooh, lots of, was that goose slaughtering? I don't even know what that sound was. It was terrible, though. Oh, I think it was this fox hunting this rabbit. That was the sound. Then we can remove that zone. Should probably remove this chunk of floor at some point, too. It's just unsightly having this large... Is this concrete? Yeah, large concrete floor. Can't remember if there was an ancient danger there, and that's what that was. We're not doing the mad prisoner. Not getting involved in the romances of the High Court. Oh, we may have a... I was gonna say we might have a second raid. Ooh, and it's gonna endanger some animals. Hopefully we move fast enough. I knew that this was a possibility, and yet I played with fire, as it were. Let's find out. Approaching from multiple angles and attacking immediately. All right, so sounds like they're not going to do anything crazy, so I think we just get over here and hope that the bears... Okay, hold on. This bear here. Polar bear 150, 168, and Bodacious. Okay, we do have a problem. And I think... Urgent. I think that will route them properly. Hold on. Do we have a weird urgent? We have a weird urgent zone there. I'm just going to try and get them to come beeline it to here. But actually, hold on. I have a better idea. Urgent. We do this. And we get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay, and then we take you three. We unrestrict you. And then we move you to urgent. And we're just going to hope that you're kind of like tucked away in that corner. And we can hide you. Because these two are not that important, but... Are these guys coming for these ones? Oh, come on. That's so uncool. We might win against these with 3 bears. They're all melees. There's not much we can do, so we're just going to have to pray. I'm going to put steroid over here. To get ready for... a rescue operation. Oh, come on, get up. Bears, you got to at least fight back. Follow master when drafted when doing field work. Are you seriously not going to fight back? Bears? Okay, you are gonna fight back. Alright. I think we're just in trouble, unfortunately. Oh my gosh, they're all going up here? My poor bears. Bodacious, how much time do you have left? 6 hours? Okay, so I have steroid ready. Steroid's gonna make a beeline for Bodacious as soon as these jerks get out of the way. What are you doing? Get off of them. Still 6 hours. This is a large tribal raid. I'm not super concerned about it from any perspective except these need to get out of the way. just going to wait for all these to move. And then I'm going to have Steroid go for it. But 5 hours. Holy lag, Batman. I think that's a pretty good formation, and then... Alright, Steroid's going for it. I can't use a lot of jet fuel here. But I think we're going to be able to save Bodacious. Because this looks like it's going to resolve itself. No, not rescue. Tend to. Alright. What was the cargo pods? We've been sent 94 human skulls. Looks like Mule needs a better shooting angle. I'd love to save these two as well, but Bodacious is our #1 priority for sure. Okay, not falling too far behind. And nobody's coming over this way, which is the most important part. Okay, one of the tribe's groups is fleeing. Okay, 10 without medicine. Since we can only carry so much medicine, that's fine. They can make their way off map. So we're still at 7 hours. Yeah, you're not surviving. You might survive. Oh, you tore out Bodacious's left eye? Half an hour here. Yeah, too much damage there. This one might still be. Okay, everybody's fleeing. So I'll return everyone to that. The only person who's... Nobody's going to be able to make it up here, so... 2 seconds, 1 second. Yep, we lost a polar bear there. The tribe will pay for this. Let's get all the bleeding off. Okay, now 10 without medicine, and now we'll just send White to rescue Bodacious. Who should be okay now. Might get an infection, but we can treat an infection. And I think we'll also save this bear. So we'll only have lost 1 bear. Clean up on Isle tribes people. Hello, tortoise. Oh yeah, and then we need to toggle the animals back. Back to herbal medicine. There we go. And we set 2 of these to slaughter. I guess we will unslaughter this one. There we go. Our bears didn't fare very well against the tribespeople, I'm noticing. Alright, no immediate danger. Rescue away, actually. Cool. Alright. Not bad. Our bears got caught out a little bit. That's to no one's surprise, especially not mine. Royal Tribute Collector. We are sitting on a larger supply of gold, so we could buy some tribute that way if we so desired. But I don't know that we need to. Inspired taming on Tony. But Bodacious will live, although a little worse for wear due to a... I don't know if that's even a recent eye that's torn out. Could be old news. Gonna smooth things out a little over here. And the bears are making quick work of the corpse pile. And now we're back to working on the slag pile that almost got Bodacious killed. I swear, we haven't had an inspired creativity on Flynn or Kenta in ever. I'm going to break this up, and I'm going to create a plus sign, I think, here. I don't think this is quite enough to keep us sorted, but I think we need a little more something here. But I haven't done the math. I'd hate to create any roof collapses, though, so better safe than sorry. Get rid of that floor, and then while we're at it, let's where's my remove floor? Here we go. Get that done as well. Feels good to have that corner behind us. Oops. Did we reveal? Yes, we did. I was going to say, the fact that we can't remove the roof from there is a bad sign. Colonist lending. Almost never. An infinite chem fuel reactor is kind of interesting. Because we don't have one of those yet. But 10 colonists for 21 days is kind of insane. Especially if we're being offered a staggeringly ugly nimble nudist. A heat wave. Does look like we're going to get this floor worked out. Flynn should make quick work of it. Processing all the metal weapons from the tribespeople. Hey, Bear. It's going well. We had a good run. I don't know how much of it you could pay attention to just due to busyness, but we had a very promising run last night of the last spell that got dashed rather spectacularly. It's good to see you, though. Yeah, we're gonna get back to the last spell in just a couple days here, and I think your early in strategy. I'm coming around to it ever increasingly. I think there's something to be said for getting an early person, to be sure. Consider me a convert. How are things going with you? Any spectacular wins? Do you have APOC 5 on farm status and you're just bored by it at this point? My guess would be yes to that question. Oh, a lot of this stuff is... Wow, all their weapons were steel. The natives are clearly getting hungry over here. This bear is hunting cougars at the moment. That patch of gross concrete is gone. Another step in the procession to eventually having things clean and neat. Ah, Bodacious is fully healed. Hurrah. So this is the thing, Bear. I was talking to another last spell player earlier tonight, Jokwa, and you know we had essentially the same conversation, which is the lower difficulties of games are really fun, and it's a real shame when certain games, in amping up the difficulty, see a lot of the fun sapped out of the games. So maybe it's time for me to go back and do a bit of Lakeburg or a bit of lower difficulty just to be able to enjoy it. The two things that I've been thinking, legendary work. Holy cow. A legendary Devil Strand Duster. Ooh. You don't see those every day. Dang. I almost feel like I should forbid that for the moment. So the two changes that I've been thinking about a lot, that I think would make for a much improved experience. One, and I think this is the big one, and I think it's almost trivial for them to do, and I'm curious what your thoughts are. At the start of the game, they should offer you 9 characters, 3 melee, 3 ranged, and 3 casters, and you should build a team from them. So, as I see it, the advantage of that is you could be like, I'm going to do an all melee run, and that would bolster the value of an early investment in the bower or the blacksmith, so on. And it would also allow you to kind of be, have a decision point before that first night, because the first night is brutally boring from my perspective. Like you either win that night or lose that night, largely based on things that are very much outside of your control. So I think that would be very interesting. Oh, a word of love and a word of joy. We'll take those. Social skill trainer for sure. I've never seen a death acidifier just for sale. That's cool. Wow. Okay, we have very little to sell, and we are currently racking up quite a bill, but I'm not mad at it. Is there anything we want to sell? Yeah, we'll sell the thrombo horn. Why not? We have too many excellent sculptures, so I'll just. Why were these ones? Oh, these ones are small sculptures. I see. Okay, I'm just gonna spend the 4,000 then. I don't think there's any need to go any further with that. Should I sell my horses? Kind of want to. We've just been feeding them. We never use them. Maybe I'll keep my mares and 1 stallion. Yeah. Get rid of 3 stallions. So I don't think it reduces the rogue idea necessarily, right? Like, at least from my perspective, you're like, there are plenty of games where you have to make a decision and you're given, you're given a random selection of characters to choose from. You just, have a bit more agency in choosing which ones you choose. So I'm not convinced that it deviates too far from the rogue concept. Because I think you're still, it's a single playthrough, death is permanent, and there's a huge element of randomness that kind of figures in. It would definitely, and I think that it could be counterbalanced by increasing the difficulty. So I think that one of the things that would be fun is you can create a larger challenge in that case, because people have the ability to kind of prepare and adapt to the challenge, which right now is kind of missing in my opinion. The first night, what weapons you get basically determines whether you do what weapons you get and what enemies respond. And that's basically it. That determines if you succeed or fail. But it would need some balancing adjustments, right? It wouldn't just work out of the box. I don't think the game is currently tuned in a way that where it would be appropriate to simply add that change and be like, yeah, now it's great, now it's good. But with some tweaking, I think it would make the beginning of the game much more interesting, and it would give you a lot more of a sense of ownership of the party that you've constructed, which I think would be a welcome change at the beginning of the game, when the beginning of the game is so pivotal. Like that's the challenges, right? Those early S ranks are super snowbally. So, you need to be hitting those S ranks, which often has very little to do with the decisions that you've made, and a lot to do with kind of what you are randomly granted. But yeah, I've been struggling to come up with other ideas that similarly solve those problems. Like, what else could you do to make the first night not just feel like the exact same thing with just like, random characters? And how do you make the perks more meaningful? Because if you can look at a set of characters and make good decisions, that, you know, that's going to feel more rewarding from my perspective. Oh yeah, I forgot we were sent 94 human skulls. I should really get these inside before the human skulls rot, right? Oh wait, that's not how human skulls work, you say? I accept your feedback. Where is most of the discourse happening, Bear? I don't know if you're kind of following along, and there's like a lot of suggestions that are kind of getting put out there on the forums or places like that. I've not been as keyed into the development since I got to the East Coast as I was before. But I'm very curious what the discussions are looking like. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I think multiple maps could handle it, although I do think I will say that I do think you're always going to run into the beginning if you are randomly dealt a cast of characters, for lack of a better descriptor, and then the first wave is always going to look like something. Then there's always going to be a question of, is the variance in the quality of the enemies and weapons that you can start with large enough that you can have essentially dead starts? But I'm very curious what the other maps are going to look like, because I think I can't picture a lot of map variants. Right? Like, I mean, or I can picture a lot of minor map variants. So examples being the, they could have one that's like a desert, and it basically has nothing, right? No. Oh, that's good to know that they use it for polling and voting. I think I might have added it at one point, but I'll have to re-add it.